Can you skip the professional massages after you have liposuction and just have your husband do them for you at home? This is an important question because for a lot of people, the surgery is a lot of money and they don't have that extra $700 to $1,000 to more dollars to give to someone to do a full recovery for them, helping with their post-op massages. So what are some things to think of when you consider, should I go ahead and save extra money and do the professional massages, or should I kind of let my husband do them for me at home? So the first thing to know is to have a conversation with the person who wants to do your massages with you and let them know exactly what you need. Get all the details clearly down so they understand what they're agreeing to. Tell them what you need to have as a marker of success for them to know that they're doing a good job. So for most people, we're going to reduce the swelling and we're going to reduce the fibrosis, and let them understand that that is what the goal is. They're not just giving you, a nice massage to reduce your pain. It's not going to be just 5 to 10 minutes. Usually people are getting 60-minute massages and they're getting a series of them. You'll see people sell them in a 10 series, a 20 series, or a 30 series. So let them know, this is the amount of time that I really need from you to be a partner to help me here at home in my recovery. So besides the reducing the swelling, the reducing the fibrosis, the hands-on part of it that I do, a lot of clients are coming to me because I can also help them answer questions about recovering from plastic surgery. So I give this book to my clients. This might be a good resource for your spouse to have as well, the Plastic Surgery Recovery Handbook. So this has a lot of answers that you may ask to your massage therapist, but since you don't have them, you'll have these questions. What should I do for this? What should I do for that? What about scars? What about fibrosis? What techniques can I do in between the massages to help myself? What is manual lymphatic drainage? What are some other things I can do to help lymphatic drainage? All those questions. And it's citations from published articles in plastic surgery journals. So you can go ahead and get the advice from the book and look into it more deeply with the articles in the plastic surgery journals. And then you can have the conversation with the plastic surgeon. Hey, do you think this thing that I read in a surgical journal may be the right thing for me to do in my recovery? Also know that people come to me not just for the swelling and the fibrosis, but also for the stiffness and the tightness. So you'll have stiffness, you'll have tightness. It'll be, a little bit uncomfortable for you to move around, especially first thing in the morning, and continued massages can help with that as well. So think those are the things that you have to have that discussion with the person who's doing your massages. Now let's talk about how to really set yourself up for success so you're less likely to have all the fibrosis, all the crazy swelling. So the first thing that I would say is if you're not going to invest a lot in the post-op care, you really, really have to choose your surgeon carefully. You have to get good liposuction. You have to get a liposuction that's not overly aggressive. So if someone is having huge changes in people doing large volume liposuction, doing it very quickly, other people who have had that same surgeon characterize it as aggressive liposuction. That might be something that you would really need to have the conversation with the surgeon. Do I need to have a professional help me? Can I get away with having my husband help me? Now, I know a surgeon, I have a nickname for him, he knows it. I call him the Velvet Cannula, and it's because this surgeon, who is in San Diego, does large volume liposuction to the point where I enjoy massaging his clients and I'm getting the swelling out. I'm really helping the lymphatic system, but they don't really need me on a long-term basis. They are just healing up naturally so well from his style of liposuction, even though it is large volume liposuction. So those good surgeons are out there. You just have to find them. them. And then also, if you have small liposuction, if it's less than 1.5 liters, you really may be able to get away with just the husband, the spouse, or doing your own self massages. Also, good exercise and diet. Being an athlete, coming into my office and being an athlete, I see people heal up really well and really quick from liposuction, people who have that really good diet, healing up really well. I'm actually counseling them on the other side to make sure that they're not doing too much too soon. That may be more of a risk for them to have a longer recovery than the people who are doing less and then needing more massages. So if someone has great exercise, you're going to heal up faster, but then you really need to have all eyes on you to make sure that you're not jumping back into exercise, cleaning the entire house, doing home makeovers at the same time as you're recovering, because you will tend to feel better before your body is ready to cash the checks that your excited attitude wants to put in on that effort. Also, the husband, the spouse, whoever's helping you, as I said before, they need to agree to do those 60-minute treatments. It's going to be boring. It's something that I really had to train myself to get into a groove, to be able to do something, massage on a small area of the body for 60 minutes. They also need to know the correct pressure to do it. And that is really where I do see some people who will, especially if they're out of town after the Brazilian butt lift, the spouse will come in and I will show them how to do the massage on one side, they're doing it on the other side, and then the client, the person who had the BBL, is able to feel and be like, oh, Kathleen's a little heavier, Kathleen's a little lighter, to really get an idea of the correct pressure, because that's something I cannot communicate or teach you over the screen. You really have to have hands-on bodies to learn the correct pressure. And maybe most seriously of all, I save the best advice for last, and that is, if you do get fibrosis after your surgery, you have to be, honestly, from the bottom of your heart, willing to forgive and forget, willing to understand that they did the best that they could. They are not a trained massage therapist. They have not had hundreds of bodies under their hands. They are not going to know as easily as someone who has heavy years and years of experience in this, exactly what to do for you in exactly which situation that you're in. They don't have access to all the tools that I have in my office to help you. So you need to come into the surgery saying, you know what, like, I have a tummy tuck and all I want is to look better in my clothes, and I'll just be able to get the massages from my husband, and that's fine. Or like, I have liposuction, but I'm just interested in looking and feeling better in my body. I don't need to go out there and be in a bikini. If I have a little fibrosis, a little unevenness after the surgery, I am okay with that. If you're able to say that, and you're able to say, just, do the best that you can. Thank you so much for helping me. We're not looking for a perfect result. I know you aren't an experienced therapist that can do all the things that an experienced therapist can do. I just need someone on my side to help me with a little bit of massage to help me recover and get to my best life with this surgery. And I don't need to be, taking pictures in a bikini. And I'm not the type of person that is going to obsess over every little thing in the mirror. Then it might be the way for you to do it, especially if you don't have that much money, or you're in an area of the country where you just don't have access to a professional therapist.